Are you tired of paying for overpriced steaks at expensive restaurants? Well, today I'll be teaching you how to cook a steak that you can make at home with just a pan, some seasoning, and a few simple steps. The first step to cooking a steak is prepping the steak. So before you cook the steak, you want to let the steak rest at room temperature for at least 30 minutes. This will allow the steak to be cooked evenly when you're actually searing the steak. The second step would be seasoning the steak. Before seasoning the steak, you want to pat the steak dry for a good sear. Typically, simple seasonings are best for a steak, so salt and pepper would be good options, and maybe even some garlic powder. The third step is prepping the pan. So first, you want to put the pan on high heat. Then you could put a high smoke point oil, such as avocado oil, in the pan. Once the oil is heated to high heat, you could then proceed to the fourth step, which is actually cooking the steak. Put the steak in the pan and flip the steak every 30 seconds so that it's cooked evenly. So you want to do this until the steak is at a good medium rare, which would be 140 to around 145 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you do not have a meat thermometer to check if it is that temperature, you could actually use your hands. So if you put your thumb on your middle finger, this is how you want the steak to feel. You want it to be firm, but still a little squishy for a good medium rare. So once you could feel it's medium rare, you want to put butter and garlic in the pan and baste the steak for around 30 seconds for some extra flavor. You could then take the steak out of the pan and let it rest for 10 minutes. It's very important that you let it rest so that all the running juices get settled down, so that when you cut the steak, all the juices don't run out. Once you let it rest for 10 minutes, you could then cut the steak, preferably against the grain for more tenderness, and then you could enjoy the steak. So to recap, you want to choose a steak. You want to let it rest for 30 minutes before cooking the steak. You want to heat the pan. You want to season the steak. You want to flip the steak until it gets to a medium rare. And you take it out of the pan, then you let it rest, and then you cut the steak, and then you can enjoy it. Knowing all these steps, you can now tell your friends that you know how to make a restaurant quality steak. Thank you.